What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about 3 mindset hacks for weight loss. I know you hear that word hacks all the time, but it's just a fancy way of saying these are some tips that'll help you with your mindset around weight loss, because mental health is so important when it comes to weight loss. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Mental health is what you should prioritize before you prioritize weight loss. And prioritizing mental health, specifically doing things that improve your mental health, is going to make weight loss so much easier in the long run, and it's gonna make it sustainable for you. So these are gonna be some things that have helped me and my online coaching clients with our mental health so that our weight loss was sustainable and we weren't just chasing that number on the scale, constantly letting it affect our emotions and how we felt we were doing on our journey. Now stick with me here, because a lot of people are going to be closed-minded as soon as I start saying things like gratitude, journaling, manifestations, shit like that, okay? Don't let that stuff scare you. Don't let it scare you from thinking that I'm some sort of woo-woo spiritual guru that's going to take you through this awakening process and all that crap, and then at the end of this I'm going to sell you some 12-week course on how you can improve your mental health and find your spiritual journey. It's not like that. I promise you it's not going to be like that, okay? These are actual practical things that have science and research behind them that are going to improve your mental health, improve your well-being, and as a byproduct, make weight loss a lot easier for you. Number 1 on the list is gratitude journaling. Stick with me here, because a lot of people hear gratitude, they hear journaling, and they think that there's no real merit to it. You're literally just writing things down that you're grateful for in your life, and it really is that simple. Gratitude is a muscle. It's a muscle that we need to exercise daily. We don't just wake up with rainbows and butterflies shooting out of our ass cracks and just beaming with gratitude 24/7. It just doesn't work like that. But when we move in gratitude, when we cultivate a feeling of gratitude first thing in the morning, what it does is it sets us up for the rest of the day. Then I'm most likely to do good things for myself, more likely to keep that attitude and those feelings going throughout the rest of the day, because I can feel how good I feel and I'm grateful for the things in my life. So write down 3 things every single morning that you are grateful for. Don't just make a list. Don't just write my car, my wife, my clothes. Like don't do that, okay? Actually write down why you're grateful for those things, because when you cultivate the why, when you actually go into the why of why you're grateful for those things, then you start to tap into the feeling. We're actually trying to create the feeling of gratitude. If you want some accountability on your gratitude list, you can simply recruit a couple friends that you think would enjoy something like this, and you guys text each other each morning what you're grateful for, 3 things you're grateful for and why, and then you guys can hold each other accountable to doing this for as long as you guys want. Maybe you guys try it out for 30 days. See if it makes any difference with your health and fitness. See if it makes any difference with your mental health. And what you may find is that you're all of a sudden finding a lot more gratitude and there's a lot less complaining going on. Number 2 on the list is sitting in silence. I remember when I first started meditating, the longest I could meditate was like 30 seconds. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. My mind and my attention span was so messed up that the longest I could sit down and meditate was 30 seconds. But what I did is I applied progressive overload to my meditation, the same way that if you are in the gym lifting weights and let's say you start squatting and you can only squat 50 pounds, but each week you try and improve that score. Each week you try and improve your strength. Next week you get 60 pounds. Week after that you get 70 pounds. After a year or 2, you're squatting 2 times your body weight. This is called progressive overload, and it applies to a lot of things in life. I used that process of progressive overload and applied it to meditation. And so I went from 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes to 5 minutes, and I worked all the way up to 20 to 30 minutes. Now, am I saying that I kept with it and I'm super consistent with meditation? No, I'm not. But I actually consistently, I have tracked how many days out of the year I've meditated over the last several years, and I have meditated at least 60 to 70% of the days over the last 2 years, which is pretty impressive considering I was somebody who couldn't even sit in silence for 30 seconds. What you may find nowadays is that our attention spans are getting worse and worse and worse. We're constantly bombarded with 15-second videos now. Content is coming in so fast and our brains were just not meant to consume this much content and this much information so quickly, and it's really messed up our attention span. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to bring ourselves into into the present moment. Now, a lot of people, when they start a meditation practice, they get really in depth and they start reading books and they, go on these apps and they do all these guided meditations. Literally just turn on a timer for 30 seconds and just sit in silence and just sit. Don't overcomplicate it, just sit. The goal of meditation is not to remove your thoughts or quiet your thoughts or completely stop your thoughts. The goal of meditation is to become aware of those thoughts and let them pass rather than attaching to them. So this is really helpful with weight loss, because let's say you step on the scale in the morning and you're up 2 pounds because of water weight. It's not fat, but then you attach yourself to the thought that maybe it is fat. Maybe I'm not in a calorie deficit. Maybe I'm not doing the right things. And then you let that put you in a shitty mood. And then the rest of the day, you just say, fuck it, I'm not losing weight anyways. And then you just give up. You just give up on yourself. And you let that carry into your relationships and your job. And so you start off the day by stepping on the scale and let it totally mess with your day. But if you practice more meditation, gratitude, and journaling, maybe what would happen is you don't attach yourself to that number on the scale and you're able to let it kind of pass by like you would the river, right? You watch the river pass by and you don't think about where that water is going. You don't attach yourself to that molecule of water as it's going down the river. You just look at it as a flowing stream. This is the same way that meditation allows us to think about our thoughts, just a flowing stream. We don't need to attach ourselves to any of these thoughts. And number 3 on the list, the final mindset hack that I have for you is implementing a habit tracker. What this basically means is you don't want to focus on the outcomes, right? If you're just constantly focusing on the scale or how much weight you're lifting, or you're trying to focus on the outcome, how your stomach looks in the mirror, these are all things that we have very little control over, especially in the short term. And so focusing on the things that we can control in the short term, like our steps, our calories, our protein, our gratitude journaling, whether we're sitting in silence, you can create a note section on your phone and simply just check things off throughout the day. Just set yourself up for success. I actually like to use a calendar in my room. I'll put up a picture of my consistency calendar. And what I've actually done is I've made a habit tracker for my meditation, reading, gratitude journaling. And so these are things that I'm trying to implement every single day. So it's important for me to keep track of them to hold myself accountable. If I see myself with a bunch of missing check marks on my list, then I know I need to step it up. It's time for me to start doing those things. Usually what I'll find is when I stop doing those things, that my mental health kind of takes a back seat. I start stressing over my relationships and money and all of this shit we can't really control. So it allows us to come back to the present moment, focus on the things that we can control, and then make the best decisions moving forward. If you made it to this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, hit that bell notification icon. And if you want to apply to work with me one-on-one, you can apply down below. I will leave a link in the description and you can apply for coaching with me. There's more details on the website down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.